Hello everyone, I am Laethas and welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be doing another manga quality review. And I know I haven't done one of these in a while, and that's just because I haven't had very many different types of releases in my collection, but this is kind of a little bit of a sneak peek at my manga haul for the month of August, but yes, we are going to be doing the VizBig quality release. Just because these are kind of sort of iconic, I guess, because a lot of famous series are printed in them. There are not very many series in total. I think there are only 6 series in total, maybe 6 or 7 printed in the VizBig format. The 2 I'm going to show today, Dragon Ball, Vagabond, Inuyasha, and Hot Gimmick, I believe, are the only other ones in this format than the ones I'm showing today, but I have 2 different VizBigs here with me. I have the first VizBig for Fushigi Yugi. So there is that, and I'm going to use this one to measure the height. Mark it down there at 0 in centimeters and all the way up here. Okay. So they appear to be around 22 centimeters in height and about, let me see, get it in focus a little bit better, about around 15 centimeters in width. And the VizBig volumes typically contain 3 of a series per volume, though sometimes there's 2 and sometimes there's 4. But almost always it's going to be 3 in 1. So there is that. And yes, these are very large. So keep that in mind if you're going to pick these up. They're a lot heavier than your standard volume. And then over here I have Rurouni Kenshin, the first VizBig out of 9. And the VizBigs are usually $20 USD, though sometimes they go for, oh, this one's also 20. Yeah, normally it's 20, though sometimes there are pricing errors, and some of them are only like 18 or 19, but usually they're 20. But the front cover is sort of a glossy finish, and so is the back cover. They have the French flaps sort of on the inside, and usually you will get, sorry about that, some color pages in here as well. Now, the main problem with the VizBigs, for the most part, is that they are a lot heavier than a standard volume. So they can get annoying to read, especially sometimes when you're flipping through the pages. It's a little hard to open up and see the center at the very middle, and the spines bend a little bit. But, you know, the outside spines, like there, you can see it right there. But it doesn't really show on the outside. It doesn't seem to crease, so the spine bending isn't that big of a deal. And the covers are very, very nice. This even has some embossing, and you can see the shine as well on the Fushigi Yugi volumes. But the main thing to note about the VizBigs is the page quality. And the page quality in the VizBigs is incredibly high. There isn't much nicer paper for a manga volume, so the pages in here just are very, very nice. One other thing to note about the VizBigs, though, is that this happens on the first and last page, is that sometimes you get something like this to happen, but that's usually only on the first and last page. I don't think I've ever seen it happen in the middle of the book. But keep that in mind if you're going to pick up the VizBigs. So the pros would be that they're very, very high quality for the most part, and that they are like a 33% off of a standard volume, because if you buy singles, they're usually $10 a piece for a Viz standard. So these are only 20 and they contain 3. Sometimes they contain 4, so you get like 50% off. But for the most part, the reason you want to be buying these is A, because they're cheaper, and B, because the page quality is very, very nice. But do keep in mind they can be a pain to read, and they're also a little heavier, but they look really, really nice on the shelf, And personally, I really, really like the VizBigs. So if the series has a VizBig and I want it, I will try and pick it up. So I would recommend you pick up the VizBigs, unless of course you don't like their weight or how cumbersome it can be to read sometimes, but the quality of like the paper, they have color pages, they're large, so the images look really, really nice. But yeah, that will do it for this video. If you have any questions about any of the series or more in-depth questions you'd like to know about the VizBig volumes, you know, leave those in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and share, and if you'd like to keep up to date with all of my content, you can hit that subscribe button. But anyway, that'll be all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am Laethas. Goodbye.